Quick sound test. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah Street Circuit for round 10 of Tier 2, but it's in fact round 9 because we've still got Italy to run next week. So it's not the finale like it has been in the other tiers, but we could potentially crown a champion tonight if Pyro could score some big points and other things goes his way, but it does seem unlikely. He currently lies 19 points ahead, but with 42 available next week with the sprint race as well, fastest lap and pole position, he would have to probably get a top 2 finish today. And he's not won a race yet, so we wouldn't expect to see him there, but he's done marvellously well to say he hasn't won a race. Fuds is the guy who chased him, so 19 points behind, and his teammate Razi just a further 8 points behind him, for Red Bull. The constructors, Red Bull does lead the way, 220 points, 207 for Alpha Tauri. So again, a Red Bull 1-2 could be crowning constructors champions, but it does seem unlikely that we'd probably crown any champions tonight. But you never know, plenty to watch out for. So we've just got a few drivers on their outlaps, warming up the tyres. Do like the Jeddah Street Circuit, 27 corners, but I think only about 3 of them are proper ones. The rest are effectively straight, so it's a extremely high-speed circuit. High risk of safety cars we saw in Tier 3. But only 11 drivers today, so maybe they can keep out each other's way just enough to keep this race going. Everyone on softs for quali, as you would expect. Bob Sada, the first one out, setting the bar for everyone. If you just ride on board, you see just how quick Sector 1 is. Very hard to keep it on track if you're running low downforce. Some might opt for a higher downforce, but it does affect you on the straight, so you've got to find a fine balance. Oh, he just clutched the wall there, that won't help, but it is the first run. As long as he doesn't completely wipe himself out, he can afford a mistake. Nicely done, and then from here there's only really 2 corners, the rest are just straights and curves, and it's pretty much flat out for the rest of the lap. Late to 8th gear there. A little wobble on the entrance to the corner. Again, late with the gear shift to 8th, and well, maybe a reason behind that. Nicely tucked in, great exit from the corner. DRS wide open, and we'll get his first time. And it is a 1:31.2, quite a way off Tier 3's pole position, so I'd expect that to get big, and then immediately it does. I'm going to call him Kevin because I don't know how to pronounce the rest. 1:29.2, just a couple of tenths off the Tier 3 pole there, so still probably more to get. And Pyro up there, you know, like I say, he has got an outside shot of the championship today with a top 2 finish. Top 2 start would be a tremendous way to line himself up for that. Yes, we got on track. We got Rishi coming down to the final corner. He'll set his first lap time. Keeps well away from the wall in the exit. And nicely done, a 29.3. So these are really good opening banker laps, if you like, getting into the 29s this early. I don't think the 31s are going to be anything other than last. So I think we'll see Price, Phantom, and Bob Sarder out again for sure. Sure, I'm certain can do more than that. We've got Freako Toxic with no front end. That is a high risk on this this circuit. But you can race with a damaged wing. I won't recommend qualifying on it, but you can race with a damaged wing. I did a few laps with it earlier. It's tricky, but it can be done. Do you really want to risk it on this lap? Probably not. It's a tough circuit. Probably wise getting in and changing it. Obviously you will, because it's qualifying. Let's have a look at the fellow commentator, Sportman. The voice of Tier 3 there, but can it be the race for Tier 2 today? And I just noticed that neither Fudzer or Rosie are actually in the race today. So, and the fourth position's Acid Master, and he's not here either. So, Pyro might be able to clinch the title just by finishing today. It's strange that no one's turned up for that. Well, if he's going to win it today, it'd be nice to see him get his first win, because he hasn't had one yet, but consistency's paid off. He's shown up every week and he's delivered. So it wouldn't like he's be an unworthy winner. But I think he'd want a win on the ball. Oh, as easy level bot goes straight into the wall. Is the car still alive? It is. Oh my god, for ghosting there, alas, that would have been a huge pile up. No pirate in sector 1 there. So I think Abbott Connor will be the next one, a Tier 3 driver, I believe. Trying his luck at this one. I think he finished the Tier 3 race, but maybe I'll better look here. Apologies if I'm wrong there. It comes down to the final corner to set his first lap, but I think it's invalid because the track's lit up red, so he'll have to go again. Stays out. Stays out. Maybe he's carrying enough fuel for another go. Who knows? So Neuro Pirate in sector 2 here. There's yellow flags everywhere. Proving a challenge for people today. One corner to go for him. So he's run up to the line. It's a 30.6. There's definitely a lot more time in this, but I just wonder if anybody's running just higher downforce and thinking more about the race than the qualifying. I know Queen did a sensational lap in Tier 3 earlier, but didn't have the best of starts and had a bit of a struggle of a race. So I wonder whether whether the setup was more set up for qualifying than the race. I don't know. I didn't see his on board, but maybe a few just been a bit cagey with the setups, perhaps. Definitely a lot of invalidating going on. Havoc Connor again looks like he's invalidating. Into pits he comes. Freako Toxic down to the line. This is a out lap, so he starts his lap now. Let's ride on board with him. Oh, Haas, well done, staying out of the way there. Oh, he clips the wall there. I find going to 6th gear here and just riding the rev counter is the best way. Others might find it differently. Yeah, he stays at 6 all the way through, keeps it nice and tidy. What's the sector 1 times looking like? He's got nothing to compare it against the 33 dead, so not sure where that falls, but it's clean. little late on the brakes there. Can definitely carry more speed through there. Just see Kevin's gone a 1:28.9, so we're already beating the tier 3 times, and he goes to the front of the pack. Oh, very brave there, but he's just clipped the wall again. And you can see he's pushing, but you can push too much here, and it's all about bravery. And oh, it's carrying away. Oh, jeez. That's got to be a penalty. It's a lack of awareness from the car in front there. We'll need a new pair of overalls after that one. And a 1:30 dead, not bad at all considering it was an eventful lap. Very eventful. So Sportman just about to start his first valid flying lap. So we've got Kevin coming down to the final corner again. He's 3.5 seconds down, so it's just an in lap. Let's have a jump back to Sport Matter. He's invalidated. It's getting close to time limit now. He'll get one more run, I think. We've got the Aston coming down the back straight. Is this a flying lap? Oh, I should hope not. You can't park there, mate. Stuart comes round, he clips the wall, Verstappen style, but he keeps it going. And into the pits. So do we have anyone on a lap here? Not toxic. Ah, now we've got Rishi half a second up. It's 4/10 behind Kevin. If you can see the lap through, it might be a new pole position. Tucks it in nicely. And it is a 28.7. What a lap. Very good. And from what we've seen, apart from Kevin, I can't see anyone getting anywhere near that. And it all just calms down as everyone jumps into the pits, preparing for the final run, I think. Yeah, so with the surprise missing of Fudzy and Raza, the Red Bull drivers that are chasing down Pyro, I think even with the sprint race next week, Pyro getting probably somewhere on a podium is probably going to be enough. And less might be enough anyway, because will they show up next week? That's the question. So it'd be a bit of a shame for Pyro to win without these contenders with him, but I don't think he'll mind. What this does do is gives AlphaTauri a chance to take a lead in the constructors as well. And Mercedes in third, and they've got no one representing either. It's yeah, a little strange. It's close to the end of the season now. The challengers aren't on track. Price Phantom, another invalidated lap. It's just starting. So Havoc Connor, Sportmad dropped out without setting a lap, so Havoc Connor's the only one that hasn't set time who's still running. That's invalidated as he goes wide there. If he's carrying enough fuel, he might be able to back off and have a final run, excuse me. So Stuart, the next one to start a lap. Definitely not a flying lap, well over 2 minutes. So there's a surprise poles available for people here. There's not really representative times apart from the front two. Nice, so that's where quite a few drivers run wide. That's very nice too. 8/10 up on his own time. This could be a good one. He'll need more, but this advances him up the pile already. If you can see this through. Over a second up, just a little graze of the wall there. Won't have helped. It takes him to a 29.5, so if he can have some sort of monster final sector, it might be to trouble the front two. It should be enough for third if he can bring it home. Hugs the wall nicely, swings out right, ready for the last corner. Tucks it in, avoids the wall. It's just a straight drag race to the finish now. At least third, I would expect. And it is third with a 29.1. Not bad at all. That'll be his final run for timing wise, but a good lap that. Freako Toxic, the on a lap here is it just under a 10th up there by the looks of it. This car needs to get out of his way, or is he giving him a tow? Or like poetry in motion if that was planned. And he brings it home and up to fourth. Not bad at all, not bad. So I think we've got Prize Phantom. He's invalidated again. Will he cross the line in time for another run? Will he have the fuel and the battery for it? Oh, he's got a full battery, you can see at the bottom there. So he starts his final lap. The Aston and Neuro Pirate coming down, he's over a second down, that's him done and invalidated as well. So nothing more from there. Bob Stoddard's already took the checkered flag. Stewart's on his way back in, so it's the Alphas, I think. The two Alphas, both on flying laps. Kevin's up by a 10th, he needs just a slight bit more. Rish is on a lap as well, so he could get provisional, but we'll have to wait for Rish to cross as well. But we'll see how his lap pans out. He takes the final corner. And he does take pole 28.5. So can Rishi beat it? And he does with a 28.4. These two are exchanging blows. No one could get near them today. And a well-deserved pole position for Rishi there, but a tremendous effort from Kevin as well. And a 6.10 to win from Stewart, which if he rode on board, that was a good lap. He did graze the wall on part of it. Did it cost him 6.10s? Probably not. So yeah, a bit of a league of their own for these two. Championship leader. He starts fourth. That's a good position to be starting. And I think we're done there. So that's your lineup. Just the 11 drivers. Oh, that looked a bit deliberate, I'm afraid. It'll be good at Phantom Realm if he crashes into a wall like that. So, Rishi with a monster lap of 128.4. Texas deserved pole position. Kevin just less than a 10th behind. They were exchanging blows all the way through that session, and the only ones that looked like being on the front row. Stewart and Pyro make up Row 2, you got Easy Level Bot and Freak Toxic on the 3rd row. Connor and Bob Sarder on the 4th. Pirate and Phantom on the 5th. I think there's a joke in there somewhere. And Sportmad, who didn't set a time, brings up the rear in 11th. So as we wait to load, I think all Pyro's got to do really is just have a steady race and put it on the podium. He probably takes the title today, regardless of Italy next week. But we'll try and work out the mathematics as the race progresses. It's all about bravery at the start of this race, taking it into turn 1, but it's worth it because if you can get out of turn 1 and 2 in the lead, that sector 1 is tricky to follow. You definitely want to be leading. Sportman at the back might be wise. Getting out of trouble and going on the line. Don't need to be taking chances. I think anyone can win this one, really. So there go the lights. And we're at 5. And away they go. Rishi gets away well. Kevin's been swallowed up. What's happened to Kevin there? Oh, but Stewart off the line. Tremendous off the line there. Rishi Kevin who were the front row now 3rd and 4th. What a tremendous traction. Stewart must have got off the line there. Everyone seems to be clean away. There's Prize Phantom just dropped back a little. Maybe he had a little spin. But let's just have a little look at him. He's gone again. His tyres might be red hot. As long as he's got no damage, he should be fine. But Stewart's absolutely flying. Almost a second away in Pyro. The missed the consistency there. Up to second already. Just hope they keep the pack close together. We've just been 11 cars. If they get spread out, it could be a bit of a dull one, but not so far. As he's level bot, having a little look at Toxic here. We'll get to see what sort of downforce are running here. So Pyro up to first place already. I said he probably wants to win a title, wants to win a race before he wins the title. This is a perfect opportunity for him. He's got Stuart poised. I missed that, folks. Just having a little look further down the field, but Stuart's all over him in a minute. Little wobbly out the corner there. Like I said, difficult to follow. He's easing off a lot. I think he's set up more for straight line than corners, as Pyro drops him by nearly a second in sector 1 alone. And this will let Kevin back in. I think he's off a second. End of next lap, the DRS kicks in. If he can keep that gap to Stewart, I think we'll see the Alphas take the lead of the race here. Great start from Sportmad as well, up 3 places from the back. Let's just have a little look if we can see what tyres they did end up picking. So he's a level bot and not Rishi on hards. Probably explains the tough start for Rishi being on hards. He's backing in now. We've got yellow flags all over the track. I imagine that is a safety car. Just praises Sportmad and he's out of the race. Got a feel for Sportmad there. He puts all his effort into tier 3 commentary and then drops it on lap 2 of his own race. Such a shame. It just says yellow flags are on through sectors. It's not showing whether it is a safety car or not. I imagine it is. Although there's nothing in front of Pyro, so maybe a VSC. Must be a VSC. Just quietens down a little bit. This hopefully we don't get any more DNFs because we need cars on track for a bit of entertainment. DRS enabled now, so it was a VSC, and they're back racing. Yeesh, all over the gearbox there of Kevin. Kevin having a little look at Stuart down the pit straight, I think. Everybody's got DRS now, so nobody getting an advantage. Apart from Stuart over Pyro, should be the only one chasing a car that hasn't got DRS. Stuart is having a look at Pyro. Oh, he goes in hard there. Oh, it looks like Pyro's been clipped by his teammate. And Stuart's really brave today. But he just struggled with sector 1 ever so earlier, so I don't think he'll get away from him here. We've got another yellow flag in sector 1. I think that's Price Phantom again's gone round. Perhaps need some stabilisers on that car today. We've got a switch of positions, easy level, but absolutely flying past as we cuts to free cut taxi. Has he got a problem here? Because through goes Bob Sarder as well. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage to the right end plate. It is drivable with that, although he seems to be proving it's not. So I think he'll pit. Well, he's got to. If it's that difficult to steer, he's got to get into the pit, so. Yeah, it's plummeting down. I expect him in the pits at the end of this one. So this is a current close battle. Kevin on his teammate Pyro. He won't want to put him in the wall. It's hopefully be a respectful pass here. Oh yes, clean as you like that one. Will Pyro ever go back? That's the question. I think Kevin's just got too much straight line speed. Speaking of speed, Stuart, 1.6 seconds ahead. I don't know where this has come from. Maybe a track is a favourite of this. Bob Sarder passes easy level bot there as well. Let's see how he handles sector 1 this time around. He struggled earlier. It must have been tyre 1 because that looks pretty tidy. Oh, he's running a little wide there. Could have carried more speed there, but don't need to with that gap. Used a lot of battery though, so that might hurt him later. Yeah, with that gap, it's probably worth just having a few laps, just building that battery back up to defend. Keep an eye on the teammates battle here. It's the closest one as Pyro takes a little nick to the wall there. Starting to drop back on the straights there, and I would imagine his DRS is open. But it only opened as I cut to him, so perhaps he forgot to open it. That might be why he dropped back a bit there. But you don't need to do anything crazy, Pyro. Just needs to bring it home and keep racking up them points. Oh, what's happening here? He's level bot up. Oh, and around goes Bob Sarder there. He has survived. He needs to come into the pit for a new wing now. That's such a shame. It looked like a good battle, that. And we've got Rishi in the pits as well. Yeah, that end plate's causing Causing too much instability so easy as well. Price Phantom picks up a few places. I think he's struggling here. Perhaps hasn't had enough practice or hasn't loaded his setup, but carrying a penalty, had a few spins, but it's up to 7. I think with this one, you've just got to finish and get good points. Furico Toxic, who stopped early, picks up them positions. Mauricio and Bob Sada. Bob Sada onto hards. Careful out the pits there. Back to the front two. So Kevin took a second out of Stewart there, and whilst all that was unfolding. Now got a lovely run on him down. Double DRS from here. This one's powerful, but you give the other driver it back if you overtake him here. So maybe a little bit of tactics. We'll see, or maybe he just wants to get the job done. Stewart defends the inside, but with the DRS, it's. Oh, actually, he's coming back. He's coming back. What a tremendous exit. And he picked up the DRS. Was that tactical? Stewart's got some amazing traction out the corners. But he is allowing the drivers to catch him up every now and then, so not sure what's causing that. 14% battery though. He needs to build that up a little bit. Kevin on 81%. Whenever he feels it's right, he could pass him and leave him for dead. Perhaps just waiting for Stewart's light to flicker on the back, and oh, there it is. That'll be a signal to him his battery's low. He's a level bot up past Miller Pirate there, I think. Oh, what's happened to Stewart? It's said to happen in slow motion. It just lost the back end. And I did think with the speed we were carrying earlier and the way he struggled in sector 1, it's perhaps not running enough downforce, and with the worn tyres, perhaps that's what's just give way a little bit there. Got to be careful now, them rears will be red out. Got to bring that back to the pits. 3-second time penalty for Connor there. But that's pretty much handed a 1-2 to AlphaTauri here without a safety car, because them two are absolutely flying. We've got Bob Sada round again, who's brought the yellow flags. Carrying any damage? Yeah, left end plate, and he cuts the corner very nicely there. Abbott Connor needed a new winger as well. A lot of damage in this race. A little bit long on the pit stop there, but or maybe just a visual glitch. So Stewart and Connor racing out the pits there. As Rishi and Toxic come down the straight, this will be eventful. And that's as close as I thought it was going to be. At least you have a race on our hands between 4 cars here as they all bunch together. Now Rishi and Toxic will have their tyres nice and warm. Oh, there's both Connor and Stewart run wide with them cold tyres. They're absolutely all over the place. Rishi will have the best run here, but he's got to be careful because the cars are all over. Nicely done on the first one. He's going to have a cheeky pass on the outside. He's going for it. Got to hope Stewart will swing back in front of him now. Stewart's done very well there. I think with DRS and the warmer tyres, should be able to get it done here. Is that to lift a little? Stewart back to 51%, 92 for Rishi and DRS. It should be an easy pass, but we see Stewart come back on the final corner like a few laps ago. He's got anything special up his sleeve for this one. Just get tremendous traction. I suspect maybe a medium traction control assist there. He was on the throttle very early. This freak of Toxic goes past him. Let's get another angle on that. Yeah, so the cold tire's really hurting Connor and Stuart out of the pits there. But they will be fresher, so they'll come back later. They just need to stick on the back of them while the temperature gets up there. I'm very glad this battle's bunched up like this, because everyone else is really spaced out now. Kevin is nearly 5 seconds ahead of Pyro. There's a further 7 seconds back to Easy Level Bot. And 6 seconds to Nero Pirate, and Price Phantom, who was all over the place beginning up to 5th, doing really well. This battle's further 12 seconds back. Perhaps needs a safety car to tighten it up, but we don't really want to lose any more drivers, so it's a bit of a catch-22. Bit of DRS training. Connor smart there not to bother using his battery. There's no point. He needs to be a lot closer. Hitting the wall was not smart though. A little bit of turbulence from Stuart, perhaps a little bit of lapse concentration, I'm not sure, but he dropped further half a second behind for doing that. I don't want to do many more of them. Don't need another pit stop. Already far too far behind the front group. Stuart's tyres seems to have come to him now, so expect to move, although he goes very deep into that corner. A strange line through sector 1 there. Toxic runs wide. Everyone's struggling. Here we go then, Stuart closing the gap fast. DRS, I'm not afraid to use that battery as well. I expect that to light up in probably the next DRX. Very difficult to pass on this one. And it's a new one that this year, moved from the end of sector 1 from the previous year. I'm not sure it's any better. It's no worse, but I don't think it's any better either. Arguably could have had 4 DRS. So this is where Stuart is normally strong out this last corner. And you can see 2 tenths immediately just on exit. A little bit too far this time though. So in lap 11, expect the medium runners, with the exception of Rishi who's already stopped, expect the medium runners to be coming in soon. That might just help bunch the pack as Stuart clips the wall again. He seems to have the pace, but he's just clipping the wall far too often. Check out with the leader, make sure he's not asleep. Running nicely, he's going to put this time. No, he'll carry on a bit longer. Here we go then, DRS. As I was saying, that one, very difficult to pass on that one. He should get the job done here. He's got him. Patient though, as he comes out that corner. Annihilating the battery. The move's done, but I expect Toxic to come back. He's at 97%. Get a good exit here, and he'll have the DRS. But Stuart, that traction out that corner is it's like a special move, but it's not enough against DRS and the battery. So a few other changes. I think Havoc Connor's in front of Price Phantom. Not sure what happened. He's gone into the pits. Perhaps had an incident with a miss there. And Pyro also dropped into the pits, so he's down to 4th now, which just shows how well the front ones are doing to pit and come out 4th. Nice and simple. He's got to get the tyres warmed up. You don't want this battle to engulf him. I think he's got enough of a window there to get them tyres fired up and go back on trying to catch his teammate. Cheeky little line from Stewart there across the curb, but he seems to have got away with it. Slight lift from Stewart there, I don't know if you saw that, he wants the DRS on the straight. As Toxic runs a little wide, easy pass. Another tactical battle there. Oh, this is brave. Gets it stopped, there's collision. They do touch. All this is letting Connor back in. Oh, and Toxic pulls over slightly. Has he got a problem? Can't see any damage on his car there. Perhaps just couldn't get the power down. Hopefully he's alright to carry on. And Neuropyro's pit, they'll be catching this little drink soon as well. You see Reish is just closing in on Pyro a little bit there. Or perhaps Pyro, no, I think Pyro's actually overtook Reish and now pulling away, so yeah, nicely done. Kevin also in for a fresh set, so he's on his out lap now, just warming them tyres up nicely. It's his race to lose here. Another battle with the RS zone here. Every lap this has been brilliant between these few cars. Stewart the lead car, but I think Connor's going to have a little look around the outside. Very nicely done. Can he get it turned in? Stewart late on the brakes there. Oh, very nicely defended. All feels like it might end in tears, this, but it's been brilliant to watch whilst it's lasting as Frico Toxic makes up a different corner there. And a little bit of an advantage there as well. A little bit naughty, but oh my god, I've Connor with 11 seconds of penalties. He's going to need Max Verstappen's car to get far enough ahead that they don't matter. Connor all over the gearbox, but another one into the wall there, and that's just cost him. He's got to be careful. As he's a level bot into the pits. And Connor, just for that slight mistake, is now 2 seconds behind the group he's been battling all along. With a clean air, he should be able to close it back up again, assuming he's got no damage. A little bit careless that. As Toxic comes flying past Stewart. 206, 7, 8 miles an hour. He must be running really low downforce. But Stewart's not been one to give up today. He's probably been the most overtook driver, but he's fought every single one back. A little rub of the wall there. We've got yellow flags. Now we're clear again. Oh, late on the brakes there. Push Toxic a little way. I think Stuart's got to brake a little earlier there following a car. Hopefully no damage. Let's have a little look from another angle so you can see. No visual damage. Just check out how Pyro's going. Probably enough to win the title at this stage because Rishi's got to pit, so bit of an anticlimax sort of race for him, but he's doing everything he needs to up there. And Kevin pretty much checked out from. Well, this is the race we want to watch, but Stuart into the pits now. After only 7 laps on the hards is a bit of a strange one, unless he has picked up damage, as we suspected he might have with that little bump. He is taking a new front wing and softs for 9 laps. That is a stretch. I think mediums would have been the smarter choice there. He'll be absolutely rapid, but be very dangerous on the last couple of laps. And he already does like rubbing them walls. And it's a shame that they've broke up that battle. That's really spaced out everyone. So the closest battle now really is he's level bottom Pyro. Closed the gap a lot on that one. He's Lovebot in a good position here actually. There's only one lap older, 2 laps now old mediums. They'll last to the end. They are a lot faster than the hards until they sort of cross over 6 or 7 laps in, so we need to get this move done early, but then probably could bring it on for a podium. Car in front of Pyro, I'm not sure if that is a... Oh, that is Rishi, so... All of a sudden we've got a battle for second place on his hands here. I'm surprised if Rishi's going to the end, and if he does, I would expect him to be passed by Pyro and he's level, but quite soon, because the mediums will be getting quite the handful at this point. I think with the gap back to Toxic and Pyro, it's probably worth coming in for softs in a lap or two. We've got the yellow flags. As Avid Connor's out. What's happened there? Is that going to bring out a safety car? I'm just round this corner somewhere. Oh, there he is. Well, I thought that might have been a safety car. That would have bunched it up and made it exciting to finish, but it's a shame we've lost the driver there and not had the bunch up from the safety car. It seems like a little waste there, but not sure what happened to Connor there. As we were speaking, these level bots got past Pyro. So he looks favourite for second place at the minute. As as we've got more yellow flags in sector 2. Not sure who that is. It's like one of the... Oh, it's Pyro. Come on, Pyro, you've only got to bring it home. Be careful, son. Carrying damage. No, it's got away with it. Maybe just drop the back end. It's a shame, though. Again, we're spreading the cars out. Inside that DRS now, he's a level buck. It's races like this where I need a co-commentator so we can talk some trash while we wait for some action. He's a level buck. Another 10th off him in sector 1 there. Closing in nicely. I think Rishi's tyres are gone now. I think the smart move is for him to get him changed, and come back out and fight for the podium. I think he'd drop behind Toxic. Perhaps Pyro, so he might get swallowed up in that little battle, but I don't see him getting to the end on them. Too much of a risk around this circuit. This should be an easy pass for easy level. Let's jump on board. So similar level battery, neither of them using it. I think they're waiting for the pit straight. The DRS seems to be at its most powerful. And here he comes. Wasn't as straightforward as I thought that actually. There's some good straight line speed in that car. Surely this lap will get it done. Pyro now back on the rear wing of Toxic as well. We'll just stay with this one for a little while. I suppose I thought for Rishi's, even if he loses position to his level, he's got a third position because Toxic's 17 seconds behind, but 14 lap hold mediums, anything could go wrong, just the slightest mistake. Have to cut away to Pyro in a minute because he's getting very close to Toxic, just a 10 behind him. A quick look, and he does get past him in an unorthodox corner there, but nicely done. Easy level just on the DRX section of the track now. They'll need to be a lot closer because Rishi's got some great straight line speed. A little bit later on the brakes to try and close the gap. Can he get good traction? This looks like a better chance. But again, Rishi just got the pace. Will he go for a cheeky dive? No, he doesn't. Rico Toxic takes Pyro and Toxic side by side. Who gets the DRS? It's Pyro. Tucks in behind. The DRS not as powerful as it normally is down that pit straight. So 2 close battles now. I think these level bots just got to keep the pressure on. Rishi will not be able to stay mistake through with tyres that age, and he's right up his rear wing now. So first of the 3 DRS. Doesn't go for it there. Second section DRS. Draining that battery, he's having a look. Sends a dummy to the outside and then goes down the inside late on the brakes. Rishi with the old switcheroo perhaps. He's already got the speed advantage of straight. He's going to have DRS. He's going to absolutely sail past him. It's a great battle. And next up, Pyro. And it'll be a sequel of what we've just seen. Oh, it's easy level. Bot says a cheeky one down Rishi there. Gonna need the Skypad to catch up on this actually. Missed the Rishi overtake. It felt like he's level bot, just knew he couldn't get it done on DRS and just threw one down the side on at turn 4 or 5 I think it was. But he should just settle away now. Oh, what's happened to Rishi? He's really backed off the pace. That's self-termination? That's about as daft as Latifi turning the wrong way at Japan. Not really sure why he did that. It looked deliberate. I may be wrong, but it looked very deliberate. Pyro drifts on through. And everyone goes through. So what is he up to here? Only 25% acceleration. Very, very strange behaviour. Here comes Stuart. So Pyro on Freaka Toxic. The only battle we've got now. Interested to see if Kevin wants to risk coming in and going for the fastest lap. Not quite got enough for a lead over easy level, but he might be tempted. And Rishi retires on track, I think, in the Bangkok. Really bizarre. He was having such a good race, and then it just seemed to drive into the wall and then give up on life. There's been some tremendous action in this race, but to only have 7 finishes and might be speaking too soon, there's a real shame. So I'm not sure on the mathematics of this, but I think Pyro will probably just need to turn up next week to win the title, if he hasn't already. AlphaTauri will take huge points, but there was 13 behind Red Bull, so assuming Red Bull turn up for the Italian Grand Prix for the finale next week, there will be a battle for the constructors. So there we go then. Not close enough that time. Like Stuart's just noticed he's got a fresh set on, so he's probably going for the fastest lap point. If he can stay off the walls long enough, I think he should get it pretty easily. Pyro's practically sharing a seat with Freaka Toxic here. What a great move around the inside of the corner. I've seen a few passes there today. Didn't realise they were an overtaking point. We'll give Freaka Toxic the advantage of DRS. If we can stay with him long enough. But he's carrying penalties as well, Toxic, so he's going to drop way down the rank, because I think he was 11 seconds on the last look. And he must have served some. I know it was Stewart with 11 seconds, maybe. And we've got Prize Phantom up to 5th. Perhaps a bit of a shock result considering how the race started. That was the always going to be the problem with Pyro overtaking him where he did, is all the DRS was given to Toxic for the rest of the lap. Will he go for it again as we have yellow flags as Neuropirate takes a bit of a spin? Perhaps contact there, I'm not so sure. Will Pyro go for the same move? It is the last lap, so it would be worth doing because he didn't get re-overtaken until the pit straight, so he's having a look. And he's going for it again. Toxic was just not aware of that. And this Pirate passes Phantom. So here comes Kevin for the most dominant victory I think I've seen in a long time. Put a bit of tyre warming / cooling and a well-deserved win. And I know we didn't feature him much on the feed, but what a tremendous performance all the way through. Easy level bot brings it home for second. Rico, Toxic and Pyro fighting for the last position. I think he'll get a Pyro regardless because of the penalty. There's a little bit of pride to who takes the position on track. Straight drag race to the finish. So Toxic takes it, but Pyro gets it because of the penalties. But Neuropirate and Phantom with a similar thing. A little bit of a synchronised dance there as he crossed the line. And Stewart, who had such a good performance early on, despite the little grazes with the wall. Technically last, but 7th. And he went for the fastest lap. Will he get it? Let's have a look. I didn't see it flash up, but he might have. We'll check in the timings after. So, super dominant win from Kevin. Pyro once again on the podium. So, I think he might have done enough for the title. We'll have to check the maths. But again, hasn't won a race. But he's Mr. Consistent. AlphaTauri will go into the final race in Italy as favourites for the constructors as well. Hopefully both Red Bull drivers turn up for that one. So, only 11 started, only 7 finished, but there was an enormous amount of action. I think I'd have needed 2 or 3 cameras had we had a full grid, but I always prefer the full grid. Stewart did get the fastest lap there with 1:31.4, so I'll take the extra point. So Kevin, solid race, started on the front row, and goes on to win by an absolute mile. Easy level bot, 5th up to 2nd, and Pyro finishes the podium off in 3rd. Toxic in 4th, Pirate in 5th, Phantom in 6th, and Stewart brings up the finishers in 7th. We had not Rishi with a bit of a bizarre end to his race, coming home in 8th, but I don't think he scored points because he didn't finish. Have Connor in 9th, Bob's out of 10th, and as fellow commentator Sport Mad went out early, down there in 11th. So, well done to Kevin, and it'd be hard to give anyone other than him the driver of the day because he was so dominant, and I think he deserves it for that reason, so I'll give him that as well. Thank you very much for those who joined us. The season will conclude next week in Italy as that race was delayed. I believe it's a sprint race as well, so there should be plenty of action, hopefully plenty of drivers. Until then, good night, folks.